Namaste students. Today, firstly, we will discuss about the syllabus of chemistry regarding class 10th subject. Syllabus of chemistry regarding 10th class. We have to study 5 chapters in a session. These are chapter 1 chemical reactions and equations. Chapter 2 acid, base and salt. Chapter 3 metals and non-metals. Chapter 4 carbon and its compounds. And last, chapter 5 periodic classification of elements. These 5 chapters are our syllabus of chemistry. Now we will start chapter 1 chemical reactions and equations. In this chapter we have to study about chemical reactions and their equations, types of chemical reactions, etc. So now we start firstly about chemical reaction. First of all, question is that what is chemical reaction? Chemical reaction is a process in which new substance formed with new properties. It is a process in which new new substance formed with new properties. As for example, we burned magnesium ribbon in the presence of oxygen. It burns with dazzling flame to produce magnesium oxide. Here we see that when we burn magnesium ribbon in the presence of air, magnesium oxide is the new substance formed. Therefore, the properties of magnesium oxide is quite different from the properties of magnesium and oxygen. So, it is chemical reaction. This reaction, we see that arrow sign indicates that this forms this, and before arrow the part of magnesium and oxygen in this chemical reaction is known as reactant. And after the reaction, new substance is formed. Magnesium oxide is known as product. That means any chemical reaction contains two parts. One part is reactant and other part is product. Substance that can take part in chemical reaction is known as reactant. And after the reaction, new substance is formed. After the reaction, new substance is formed known as product. That means a chemical reaction contains two parts. Left hand side part is known as reactant and right hand side part is known as product. Then after we discuss about chemical equation. Chemical equation means when chemical reaction components are represented in terms of their symbol and formula, then such type of chemical reaction is said to be its chemical equation. That means for the simplicity, we introduce chemical equation when components of chemical reaction expressed in terms of symbol and formula of the chemical substance, the chemical reaction is said to be chemical equation. That means when components of chemical reaction expressed in terms of their symbol and formula, the chemical reaction is said to be क्या? Chemical equation. For above chemical reaction, the chemical equation is symbol for magnesium Mg, formula of oxygen O2, and formula of magnesium oxide MgO. That means it is the skeletal form of chemical reaction. Now, other example of chemical equation: carbon reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. In this equation, we also see that carbon and oxygen is reactant and carbon dioxide is product. Left hand side is reactant and right hand side is product. Then number of atoms present in left hand side should be equal to number of atoms present in product side, because any chemical equation we have to see that either this chemical equation is balanced or unbalanced, because we know that according to law of conservation of mass neither created nor destroyed, it can only convert into one form to another form. That's why we should always balance the chemical equation to maintain the law of conservation of mass. That's all. In next classes, we learn about how can we balance chemical equation. So your homework is you have to read the chapter 1. Thank you.